Arlo has just recently released the new Arlo Essential. This is a 1080p camera that does not require the base station to connect to. This will connect to your Wi-Fi router. But how well does it perform? That is what we're going to be taking a look at in today's video, so stay tuned. Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. My name is Steve from the YouTube channel Steve Does, and I want to thank you for joining me here at reviews.org. So today we're taking a look at the Arlo Essential, something that Arlo is calling their affordable camera, which is pretty nice because Arlo is typically known for overpriced hardware. But now we've got this little guy right here. Arlo Essential, this is a 1080p camera. That's going to differ from the Arlo Pro 3, which is a 2K camera, and the Arlo Ultra, which is a 4K camera. The nice thing about this one right here is it also does not require it to connect to a base station like the other cameras do. This one can connect directly to your Wi-Fi. So if you don't like the idea of having extra hardware and a base station for your cameras to connect to, this is going to be an ideal one to take a look at. However, it is 1080p, so I'm really curious to see what the quality is going to look like. Now, if we take a look at the box, we can see some of the features that this camera offers. We've got the 1080p video, it is weather resistant, two-way audio, colored night vision, so this does have a spotlight built into it, which is awesome. Great feature of theirs. We've also got weather resistant, clearly hear your visitors, so it's got an improved mic and speaker. You receive alerts when motion is detected, capture clear full HD definition, easily recharge your camera, and use the built-in siren to deter unwanted guests. All right, so now that we've gone over some of the features, let's take a look at what comes in the box. But before we get started, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on future videos like this one. With that said, let's get started. All right, so inside the box, we have got the camera itself. Taking a look at the front of it, we've got the camera here. We've got IR sensors on the side. This one's got the spotlight. We've got microphones below, a speaker down here. On the bottom, we have the charging port. Now, unfortunately, this is not the really nice magnetic charging that the Arlo Pro 3 and Ultra come with. I really enjoy that one. Unfortunately, this is going to be the micro USB port, so that is unfortunate right there. If we take a look at the back, we have got the quarter 20 mount on the back, so that's going to be for their mounts, and this thing does not open up. The battery is built inside, and you do not take this apart. Now, in addition to the camera, we've got the quick setup guide. Now, this is pretty much just going to force you to the app to go through the setup. So it says download the app and start the setup. We've got the mount right here. So this is just the cheap plastic one that they started going with. I hate these right here. I wish I'd go back to the metal ones. Here is the charging cable. This thing is pretty small, but that's the charging cable. And then we've got anchors and screws for the mount. All right, now that we have seen what comes in the box, let's get this thing set up in the app. I'm gonna go ahead and grab my phone. We're gonna load up the Arlo app right here. We're gonna scroll all the way to the bottom, add new device, I'm gonna select cameras. We're gonna click on Essential. And this is interesting right here because we have two options for Essential. We've got just the standard Essential and then Essential Spotlight camera, which is what I have, and the Essential XL Spotlight camera, which I'm actually not aware of. So that's interesting right there. But let me just make sure. Spotlight camera. Okay, so we've got the Essential Spotlight camera. I'm going to click on that. Now, we have the option that we can connect it to a hub if we have a hub, or we can just do the no hub. So we're going to do this one without the hub because I want to test out those features right there. We're going to get a message popping up here saying that it's going to be better if we connect it to the hub. It says that we're going to be able to get better bandwidth and able to use local storage if we actually use a smart hub. And I'll tell you right now, local storage is not that great at all, but better bandwidth using a hub. That's interesting. Anyway, we are going to continue on anyways, not setting it up. So I'm going to go through the rest of the steps right here, get this thing set up, and then we'll take a look at some of the features in the app. All right, the setup is now done. Firmware has now been updated. So right here at the top, you can see I've got the Arlo camera loaded up. Clicking on the play button is gonna bring up a live view of the camera. Now, one thing Arlo is notorious for is their long load times and notification times. You can see the camera has now brought up the live view, but that did take a while. Not as quick as some of the other cameras that we have seen out there. But below that, you can see some of the quick references. We've got battery levels, we've got signal strength levels for Wi-Fi, and then we've also got this little circle down here. Now when that does turn orange or yellow, that indicates that it is detecting motion, and right now it is not detecting motion. Next to that, we've got the number 3. That's going to be how many notifications it has or recordings that it has, and then we've got the gear box next to that. So clicking on the gear is going to bring up the different settings. From here, we can turn the device on and off. We can see the battery level, what Wi-Fi it's connected to, time zones. We can do flicker adjustments, camera LEDs. So for the camera LED, that's just going to be the LEDs on the front of the camera, letting you know if the battery is full or not. In device utilities, you can do camera positioning and motion detection testing. If we go down to video, so we've got video settings. So in here, you can adjust the brightness of the image that you're seeing. We can rotate the camera 180. So if you do put your camera upside down for some reason, you can flip the image in the software here. We've got low light settings. So this is where you're going to control the spotlight. If you want the colored night vision on, behavior for that light. So behavior would be either having it constant, flash, or pulsing light. We've got brightness set to 100, and then we've got night vision turned on. Power management, best video optimized, and best battery life. For the sake of the test, I want the best video possible, so we're gonna select best video. Back out of all of this right here, and then we've got activity zones that we can set up. So if you wanna set up different activity zones, you're gonna click on the plus button up here, create activity zones on where you want motion to trigger a recording. I'm gonna go ahead and delete mine. And then we've got audio settings below that. So this is gonna be if you want your mic, your speakers on, and then what you want your speaker volume to be. Now that we've taken a look at the features of the app, let's get this thing set up outside and start getting some demo shots. All right, so here we are testing out the quality of the 1080p image from this camera. I'm about 6 feet away from the camera right now. Got bright sun on me, but I wanted to give you guys an idea of what the quality looks like. I'm gonna back up here to about 10 feet. So we're about 10 feet away, maybe about 15 feet away, but this is what it looks and sounds like on this bright, sunny morning. Let's take a look at what it's gonna look like once the sun goes down and get a better idea of what the quality looks like. All right, not as bright as it was this morning, but I just wanted to get a different shot of what the camera looks like when the sun has gone down, and it looks just a little bit better light-wise out here. And now that you've seen what the light looks like right now and what the quality looks like, let's take a look at some night shots of what this camera is capable of. All right, it is completely dark outside right now. I want to test out the night vision. So this is night vision only with the Arlo Essential. We don't have the spotlight turned on right now. I just want to give you guys an idea of how the quality looks, just the night vision in case you don't want to use that spotlight. But next we're going to test it out with the spotlight. All right, now we've got the spotlight up to 100%. This thing is extremely bright. All I can see is the light. I can't see anything around it. I don't know how big the camera is or where the camera is. There is just this super bright light in my face, but this is what the colored night vision looks like with that spotlight on. Well, what did you guys think of the footage? For me, I thought it was a little grainy. For a 1080p image, it wasn't the best of quality. The best part is that when it was all shady in the backyard, I felt like that was the best quality that I was getting from the camera. But when it got into the night shots and then also with even the spotlight, even though it looked nice with the colored night vision, that was also kind of fuzzy and blurry too. So I wasn't that impressed with it. But I'm also comparing it to the other cameras. I'm comparing it to the Arlo Pro 3 that's a 2K camera, which is twice as good as this 1080p, or the Arlo Ultra that is a 4K camera, which is better than all of them. And if you guys want to see videos on the Pro 3 or the Ultra, we'll put a link up above for you guys to check those out also. But I guess something I need to keep in mind is that this is just a $130 camera. Compared to Arlo's more expensive stuff, the quality kind of justifies the price here. I mean, in addition to the spotlight built into it, it's also got great sound, and it does connect to Wi-Fi now, so you don't need that base station. But there are also other cameras that do the same. One that comes to mind is Reolink's Argus 3. This is a camera that has all the same features as this one right here. It's got a built-in spotlight, it shoots at 1080p, it's got great quality, there's no hub, you can connect it directly to your Wi-Fi, But in addition to that, with the Argus 3, you can record footage directly to the camera. So you can put an SD card in there. You don't have to pay any monthly subscription fees, and you can also access your footage from anywhere using their app. So I would say if you're in the Arlo ecosystem and you've already got their cameras and you want something just cheap to get coverage on a certain part of your house or an RV or something like that, then this is probably going to be a good option for you to just have everything in one app. But if you are not, there are other options out there. One that I'd recommend is checking out the Argus 3 by Reolink, which I will be working on a video for that soon. And one last thing that I wanted to go over is Arlo's subscription plans. So here are the 2 subscription plans that they have. Even though this is just a 1080p camera, they only offer subscription plans for 2K recording and 4K recording. So in a way, it kind of feels like you're going to be overpaying for what you're getting with this camera, but that's Arlo. Well, if you guys want to know any more about the Arlo cameras, check out the link below to reviews.org. If you guys want to see more from me, check out my channel Steve Does, where I do a lot of other cool tech reviews. If this video is helpful, give it a thumbs up. Let me know that you like it. As always, thank you for joining me here at reviews.org, and I will see you guys in the next video.